This is happening! Hey guys, it's Adam here, and I'm here as always with Alex. I just want to do a quick update video for you guys today on our Springtail and Isopod culture. Just wanted to see how everything's coming along. Alright, so today we're actually going to be switching out our Alex's enclosure for Bioactive substrate. And I was planning on giving this tub about 2-3 months to let the bugs multiply and stuff, but it's been about maybe a month and a half. It's not quite as long as I was thinking, but it was a rainy spring day and we didn't have anything else to do, and I've been kind of excited to do this, so we're going to do it today. And I'm going to pull out my enclosure here, but I have this second one that we just made today, and this is an exact replica of the one we currently have. So what I'm going to do, I have my springtails already in here, and I'm going to be pulling maybe like 6 or 8 of the powder blues out of the current enclosure and putting them into here just as like a backup enclosure. So I'm just going to pull my other bin out here because they like to scurry as soon as they see some light. But here, I'll try and show you. This is just a month and a half worth of growth, and you can just see all those babies running around there. They're all throughout, quite a few babies. So we got a good amount of reproduction just out of a month and a half. It's pretty amazing. So what I'm actually planning on doing is I'm going to dump this whole culture into the substrate mix for the 40-gallon tank, and then I'm just going to pull a couple out of here and put it into here. But just to give you an idea, this is kind of where we're at with it, and I might just stick that there for now. I don't want to pull too many out of here because we want as many as we can, but I'll just try and dig through this just to show you. There's a bunch of babies going around underneath here, and you can see, I'll see if I can pull this leaf out here. Saw a couple springtails. Out. Can't really see them too well. I'll dig down into the substrate a little bit more. See if we can find some springtails down in here. And they're going to be really hard to see. See if I can pull out this piece of cork bark that we had buried. And there are some crawling around, but not as many as I'd hoped. Now, just to let you know, that springtail culture that I originally was using, I had got it in through the mail, and there wasn't as many live ones in there, but you can see now I've got millions of springtails in this culture. I actually separated this into 2. This was completely full of charcoal. I put a bunch into a separate enclosure, which is what is in this bin over here now. So there's quite a few in here, and I'm going to be putting this whole thing in with my 40-gallon culture there. And I wanted to give these about 3-4 months to sort of multiply in here, but you can kind of see, if I keep moving this around enough and disturb it, you will see plenty of, there's some going, there's a baby, a couple little babies, those are babies, powder blues. So I got quite a few babies just in about a month and a half. And so the general care of this, I would spray it down maybe once a week. I'd mist everything really good on the top, and I didn't really have to add a whole lot of water to the actual substrate. It was pretty moist overall. So the overall moisture level when we did it, and I'll leave a link in the description to me building this. But the amount of moisture that I actually put in there was pretty good. This stayed nice and moist. It's plenty moist on this side, a lot of moisture over here, and on this side there is a little bit of moisture, but it's a lot more dry than the other side. So here's a springtail here, or a powder blue. I believe they call these monkey, which are the babies. So it doesn't quite have that blue color to it yet, but all the ones I put in were mature. And I'm going to put that over into there. I'm going to try and pick out some more monkey as well. Try and just get a handful of dirt here and see if we can find any. Okay, there's one. There, I'll put that one in. Oh, there's quite a few here. Oh, and there's quite a few springtails in there as well. You can see them just crawling around in there. Teeming with life. And these guys are very quick. As soon as I pull that log up, they like to scurry every which way. There's a couple more. Couple more monkey there. A whole bunch of monkey there. So I'm going to actually just plop those in there for now. And like I said, this is going to be my secondary culture. I'm going to keep this separate just in case we ever have any issues with the main enclosure. I have a backup culture that I can add more if I need to. But I'm basically going to just stick this whole thing into the new bioactive setup, dirt and everything. So that's just to show you how good this setup is. I use the Terra Sahara Biodude substrate. I have all my different leaf litter, spag moss, and some cork bark pieces in here. Just keep it moist but not completely sopping wet. And maybe once a month, not once a month, about once a week, once every 2 weeks, I would put a little bit of this just dry up on the top of that log. And it took them, I would put maybe a generous teaspoon of this dry on top of this cork bark piece. And it would take them about a week, maybe a little over, to clean all that up. And then I would give it a few days and then I'd put a little bit more in. That's just a supplemental food you can add just to give them some extra protein and nutrients. But you can see this is thriving, and if this is something that you would want to do, you know, commercially to sell, this is a great way to keep them. And of course, the more bugs and stuff you have, the bigger you can make your enclosures. But you can see the moisture pockets on the side here, so there is some moisture in there. And if I can just, let me put this lid on so I don't dump it, but I'll show you underneath. You can kind of see the one side is quite moist and the other side is more dry. So you got a nice gradient in there that they can get to where they need to go. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to give you that update on the culture itself. And stay tuned to another video. We're going to be adding all this to the bioactive setup enclosure on the way. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative and beneficial. If you have any questions about isopods or springtail cultures, always leave a comment down below. I'll try and answer as best I can. And as always, subscribe, leave a like, and there'll be more videos to come. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you around.